All right, guys, welcome back to the You Can Man podcast, where we believe what one man can do, you can do as well. You know, with a little help from your friends and the proper know-how. As promised, we are here in Nashville, Tennessee with John from Nashville Early Bronco talking about the all-new Ford Bronco because we had him on the show months ago. I guess that was back in last September.
A year ago, right?
Talking about all the rumors of the new Bronco, and here we are in his garage where the magic happens with all of his YouTube videos.
I'd call it a studio.
Yeah.
I mean, this is his studio.
Yeah, that's right.
I agree.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, man. Guys, thanks for having me on the podcast.
Yeah, got his just famous now, YouTube famous Bronco sitting back here, his gorgeous Bronco.
It's the perfect background for this episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the garage, the place where we're making your Bronco, your dream Bronco. You may be looking at this going, man, what is happening right now? There's podcast stuff. Well, these are the guys from You Can Man. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to film a little podcast. We're going to record a podcast and film it. So if you're watching this, make sure to go check out You Can Man on iTunes and check this podcast out because we're talking about the new Bronco. We're talking about all the stuff around it. So you definitely want to check that out. And now, here we go into the podcast.
Yeah, so let's get into talking about the things that we just absolutely love about it, and I would also like us to each kind of think through which package would we do. Like Ford, at the time of this recording, does not have the build out price calculator thing where you can go on, choose all your different options, and there are a lot of options on the Bronco here. It's insane what you can order on this thing. So what is like your favorite thing that the Bronco has going on?
For me, it's just the lines of it, the clean lines. I think that clean lines on a vehicle are what give it that classic look where it looks good from decade to decade to decade. The original Bronco, the one behind me, I mean, hit that nail on the head, I believe. And I think they did the same thing with the new Bronco, with the 2021 Bronco. It's very clean looking. It's very classic. And that for me just is kind of the overarching thing that sold me on it.
I like I'm not huge into technology. I don't need a car to be like macked out with every, bell and whistle, but the switches, like the waterproof switches, like the auxiliary switches on the dashboard, some of the trim levels have the washout floorboard. That's not tech.
The drain plug.
Just little stuff that like you can tell they cared.
They really thought through
it. They did their research on their market. And the little rail, I know we discussed the little rail that goes on top of the dashboard where you can mount GoPros and your phones. And like, I mean, this is just next level stuff that was completely unexpected with the launch, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just like the overall feeling and idea that it is not a mall crawler. I mean, it is fully off-road capable, and I love the fact that you can get the base model, but you can still add on the Sasquatch stuff. So you can still get 35-inch tires on the base model. But yeah, they hit a home run, and it's going to be so capable off-road. So that's my favorite thing. John, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think my favorite thing is just the overall design of it. You know, it really looks like a Bronco. You look at it and you go, "Yep, that's a Bronco." You know, and the design of they made it so that it can handle 35-inch tires. Right. You know, it is like a purposeful. Everything about it was very purposeful in. Let's make this utilitarian. Let's make this off-road. Let's make it so that it can have fun. And 35-inch tires, those are big tires for a vehicle, and it's made for that.
Yeah, one thing I love too that just reminded me was Ford went off the board, totally outside the box on a couple things. One is like 4-wheel drive standard, like that's. Yeah, that comes with every Bronco, 4-wheel drive.
You cannot get 2-wheel drive
today, and also the manual transmission.
Yes,
like the automatic is the upgrade now. Like most cars now are everyone's automatic, and you might get a manual.
There's only a few out there.
Not only a manual transmission, 7-speed, but it's because it has the rock crawler gear.
It's got the granny gear.
So he's got the granny gear there, and that's amazing. Love that.
No one does that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get into talking about before we recorded, we said, hey, let's kind of pick what we would get. What is our package that we would choose, the trim level? Obviously, ain't none of us going to be able to get the first edition.
No.
Because it's out. I did notice when they first launched it, they said, we're going to do 3,500 of the first edition. Then they're like,
they doubled it, right?
Wait, we can make lots more money. So maybe we should double that. And they did that. And that sold out too.
Yep.
So I think they're doing a run of 7,000 of those. And those are already accounted for sure.
Yep.
But I think personally for me, I would just probably get the base model. Is that a surprise to you guys at all?
Not at all.
No,
not for Tim. It's not a surprise.
Wow. That's
just bare bones base model, because
With the Sasquatch package?
I think I would maybe. Yeah, just
And what is the Sasquatch package for people?
So I don't know every little piece, but basically it just makes it more off-road capable. We mentioned the 35-inch tires.
It comes with the biggest tires, and it comes with a suspension package that supports the bigger tires.
Yeah, I might add the remote start. I know that's silly.
I've always kind of wanted that too.
I've always kind of wanted that, and I saw that was one of the options that you could do. But to me, just having the base model, and then I could just kind of do what I want with it from there.
Yeah.
So when it dropped, I went on there I've said this before, but I went on there to reserve one. I don't think you're not actually reserving one, but you give them $100 deposit,
right?
And then you're
refundable.
Then you're on the list. And I saw the first edition one, which is the top trim level. I was like, I'm putting my name on that one. But then I read that it had like some graphics, some special graphics that I don't really dig. That's one thing I don't like about the Raptors is when they have all the graphics all over them. I don't dig that.
Yeah.
And so, and it also felt kind of gimmicky to me. So I think the one for me is the Wild Track. I'd go full on Wild Track, which is one step down from the first edition. So I'm guessing the top trim level of the regular one.
I'm right there with you. And I mean, I have it pulled up here. You know, we got the Sasquatch package, 35-inch tires, bead lock, front and rear locking differential.
It's got that look, man.
Yeah. It has the 2.7 turbocharged V6, 10-speed automatic transmission, black grille, black wheels, black painted hardtop. It really is. Like, I've been out to Johnson Valley. I've driven in some fast cars off-road vehicles, car trucks out there. And yeah, I would love to take a Bronco and recreate every shot of that 11-minute.
Yeah,
I
totally agree.
Yeah. Take this Bronco out there, and that would be so cool. I've got it pulled up here too. Josh, what was your trim level?
So I was full on like Wild Track. Like right when I saw it, I was like, okay, what's the one? You know, the top one. I was like, okay, I would do Wild Track. I'm swinging back over to Tim's camp with the base model. I would set it up to be a little bigger tires. I don't want to go full Sasquatch. So my personal taste is I don't like the wide looking, like taller. I like the narrow footprint look.
You like the
more
softer
retro
looking one. I get it.
Not like the original, like OG from the factory.
So you would actually like the steely wheels.
Yeah, you want the pot metal wheels.
Yes, I like those. I think that's a good look. And I would get, one of the like more retro, like the cactus gray color with like a white top. Just clean and simple, because I'm not going off-road that much. Like that's just if I'm getting that car. And the only thing I would miss, the one thing weirdly, is those auxiliary switches I don't believe come on that base model. So if you wanted to put lights on it or whatever accessories, like you don't have those factory switches. But
there's going to be such a market out there for like an aftermarket.
Oh man,
for it. You'll be able to get it.
You can upgrade the base to almost whatever you want.
Yeah. So one thing we failed to mention was 2 or 4 door.
So that's one thing for me. I love 2-door SUVs, 2-door trucks. I think the look, that's my favorite look. And before it came out, I was 100%. I was like 2-door all the way. They did such a good job with it. I think the 4-door, 4-door is more practical. I have 2 kids, and so I'd almost have to get that one. But I would go 4-door because I like the look of it.
Yeah. I'd probably do a 2-door.
Keep it OG.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if we're talking like if this was my third vehicle or fourth vehicle, I'm doing 2-door. If this is something I have to talk my wife into, it's going to be a 4-door. That's the bottom line. So
that's true. John, what about you?
Yeah, I'm 2-door as well. And yeah, I get if I have to talk my wife into it, I might have to do 4-door. But yeah, like even the original Bronco has a 92-inch wheelbase. The 2-door model has a 100-inch wheelbase. So it's only 8 inches, difference, which is really nice off road. But I like that small package kind of thing. And I think the 4-door
proportions are a little more correct.
Yeah.
One thing that I'm not clear on, and I saw, I think it was in the video they show several times, I think it was the 2-door with the cutouts. I don't love the door cutouts. I think, Josh, you said you really like those door cutouts.
Yeah, I don't
But
mind them.
is that an option on all the Broncos? Or
I don't know. I wasn't actually a fan of it either, honestly.
That's going to be a big package, I think.
So why that's nice is when you're on the trail, top off, you want to take your doors off, but then you don't have anything to lean on.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's so nice to have kind of an open door down there at the bottom. You can get some air going through there. You can still lean on it.
Functionally, it's great, but the aesthetic, I wasn't digging it.
Yeah. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for being here. And if you haven't, go download the podcast. Check it out. It's on all those places you can get your podcast. You can, man. Right?
Right.
All right, guys.
YouCanman.com.
YouCanman.com. I'll see you next time.